have to get out of here. So hey y'all, my name's Alexandra, and if you're new here, I'm a photographer who lives in Pittsburgh and a solo adventure enthusiast. So in today's video, we are on a bit of a different adventure as we drive from Pittsburgh all the way down to the Florida Keys in about 48 hours. So we're gonna do some stealth camping, and I'm gonna show you guys my little camper setup in the back here. The impetus for this trip is to visit all 3 Florida national parks, and I was lucky enough to snag tickets to go to Dry Tortugas. So I basically have to be at the southernmost point of the United States by 6 a.m. on Monday, and it is currently like 2 p.m. on Friday. But for now, I am stopped at my favorite pit stop from when I'm driving south from Pittsburgh through West Virginia, which is New River Gorge National Park. It's one of the newer national parks, and I think one of the more severely underrated ones. It's so beautiful. I'm just gonna pop in the visitor center because I have been here several times before, but I've actually never been in the visitor center, and I collect stickers from all the national parks because what I am slowly working on is visiting all of America's national parks. And then we're gonna head down to the overlook where you can see the bridge, and it's a beautiful view and a great way to stretch your legs on a long drive. Headed south, you still have to go over that bridge that you're looking at. So if you're afraid of bridges, it might not help to see just like the sheer enormity of it right before you have to drive over it. All right, let's hit the road. So after about 8 hours of driving, we have made it to the Charlotte area, which was about my goal for today. So I'm gonna run into the Trader Joe's to get a couple grocery things that I need. And then it's time to start looking for a suitable place to sleep for the night. So let's go do that. Bag acquired. I primarily use freecampsites.net. I found that one. There's a couple different options, but this one is the best for specifically more like staying in towns and finding like friendly parking lots like Walmart, Cracker Barrel, you know, kind of the typical businesses that do tend to allow overnight parking and sleeping in your car. I am absolutely terrified of getting like the knock, as they call it. I don't want to pop that cherry, especially not now, not on this trip. Okay, it looks like I'm in luck. There's a Cracker Barrel that's only like 8 minutes from where I'm at that has 2 good reviews. So that's all I really need. It's still a bit of a learning curve in terms of like my comfort zone because I feel very exposed here. It's interesting, like I would rather be in the middle of the wilderness than here in this Cracker Barrel parking lot. Like I'd feel a lot safer just like in a tent in the woods somewhere miles and miles and miles from civilization. This just, I feel like I'm on full display, even though now I have all of my window coverings up. And I have like quadruple checked that there's no little openings where someone could see in. I still just feel weird being here, honestly. So one of the things I've been wanting to upgrade in my car camping setup is getting some sort of fridge freezer situation, because I just cannot keep up with ice. It's a real problem. So Iceco was kind enough to send me this, which is their Go 20 model. It's very small. It's a fully functioning freezer and fridge, and you can control it with an app. I have been running it off of my cigarette lighter port, which I have one here in the back. And then I also have a portable battery station that I'll plug it into now that I'm not driving. I've only been using it for the day, but so far it's been working really great. It's stayed cold. It doesn't need to constantly run. In fact, it only kicks on every so often. So I'm really excited to have this, especially since I'm doing more stealth camping this trip, so I can't be always cooking in my car. So this is a great way to have some like cold food options. I'm just ready to go. This is not sponsored by Iceco. They just sent me this fridge for free. So they did give me a coupon code to use, so you guys can get 12% off if you use my code VENTURE at checkout. So I'll link all that in the description down below, and I will also let you guys know my honest thoughts while I continue using this thing. Again, this is not sponsored. They just were kind enough to send me this for free, so I'm happy to try it out. Hi, hello, it is me from the future, and I just got back from the longest stretch away from my Iceco fridge and freezer. And so it was running for about 24 hours in the Florida heat. It's been pretty much 70 to 75 degrees nonstop off of my Blue Eddy. And the Blue Eddy was at like 40%, I want to say, and the fridge is still perfectly at temp, 39 degrees. So I can safely give this thing my seal of approval, because I was fully expecting to come back from my trip and have all my food be spoiled. And it wouldn't even be the fridge's fault. I think it would be a combination of not having an 100% charged battery and the heat. But to me, what's impressive is it doesn't pull that much power, because it pulls for a little while to bring it down to temp, and then it just sits stationary until it needs to kick back on again and cool back down. So it's not constantly drawing power. It lasts a long time on the battery bank. So 10 out of 10. So I'm gonna make like kind of like Cobb salad wraps for dinner.
If I leave, you'll take everything. I've got nowhere else to be. Stuck on a fence between places not made for me.
So my first ever sleeping in a parking lot experience actually went perfectly fine. There was no issues. It was a little loud. There was a lot of like street noise and dumpsters in the middle of the night and stuff like that. But it went really smooth. I did not get the dreaded knock, so that's all you can ask for. We are heading through Charlotte to a park that I've found on Google Maps to make breakfast. So it's gonna be about 2 hours till I land there, and it'll be breakfast time. That was such a much needed little escape from driving. So now I am going to continue to procrastinate driving and go to the Soda City Market, which is in Columbia, South Carolina. And it's like this outdoor kind of farmer's market, but there's crafts and all kinds of other stuff. So I'm just gonna wander around and kind of get my share of like being amongst other people before I hit the road again for another like 7 or 8 hours today. So we're gonna do that, and then more driving is to come. Is seriously like, I left winter like less than 24 hours ago, and now it's summer. It's so crazy. And that's just how driving works. But like, you guys ever take a minute to think about like what a freaking miracle it is that we have these machines that can drive across the country in a couple of days? It's crazy. It just really makes you notice how crazy it is when like the difference is like night and day, or freaking summer and winter. All right, y'all. I think I might have forgotten to record the sign, but we are in Georgia. Just passed into Georgia. So last state before Florida, we're almost there. It's been a mess, like a whole lot of traffic. So I'm gonna just pop into this visitor center, take a little break, and then keep going. But we're getting there. It'll be exciting to be in Florida, even though then I'll have to drive the length of Florida.
They told you you were smart, they told you you were good, they told you you were strong, they told you that you could. You kept your heart intact,
have been stuck in crawling traffic for probably about an hour. I don't have AC in my car. That's probably something I should have mentioned from the top. That's another little extra layer of challenge to this journey. So I don't know, I keep kind of changing my mind about my plans. Like I really want to end up at the beach before sunset, but I don't know if that's just like I want to do too much, because I will be at the beach tomorrow. I'm actually going to be parked and camping right on the beach tomorrow. So I don't know if I need to be greedy about it. If I can just knock the driving out today, just drive as much as I can, don't worry about having a good time. It can suck. Like I try to kind of think of this as like, this is my job and I have to like do the job in order to get to the weekend when I can have fun. And hopefully this congestion clears up soon, because I am getting real sick of it. So that's my report. But this life ain't glamorous, that's for sure. It can be fun. I mean, it is fun, but it's not glamorous. It's a lot of this.
Alright, if you wanna cry, nothing like
So we were just starting to merge. So this is the bottleneck that caused all this traffic. So it took about 4 hours to go, I don't know, 20 or 30 miles. What a fun time.
Now the cat is out, all the magic's gone. That little snow globe world didn't last for long. If curiosity.
I just pulled into the Planet Fitness. The vibes were a little not ideal, so I'm just gonna shower here and then drive another 30 minutes to a Cracker Barrel. So that's the plan. Let's go get a shower because I'm exhausted and I'm ready to go to sleep, but a shower is gonna feel great. So I took my super fast shower at the Planet Fitness. I do feel like a whole world better. So we have about 30 minutes to go until a Cracker Barrel that hopefully just has like better vibes, because I don't know, it's just like one of those things that like when you're traveling by yourself, you kind of have to follow your gut. And it wasn't just one thing, it was kind of a series of things that just seemed odd or not super safe to me. So I am going to head somewhere else and just see if that's better. So. So I definitely have an issue on these types of trips with getting flustered. Like when I pulled into the Planet Fitness, there were like some people just hanging around who obviously like weren't there to go to the gym, and that set off some like red flags that I think is totally fair for me to trust that part of my intuition that like that's probably not like the safest situation. So I still showered there and it was fine. It just seemed like not the best place to sleep overnight. But I get so flustered in these situations, especially like when I feel like there's a bunch of people around and I kind of feel like I'm being watched. It's tough to fully trust my intuition because I start worrying that like I'm being overly anxious because I'm flustered, because then it becomes hard to think straight, and you know, I rush, and then like I forgot my towel when I did go into the Planet Fitness to shower because I was like trying to get everything together really quickly. So I'm gonna have dinner. It's gonna be the exact same thing I had last night, and I'm going to go to sleep. So it's 5:20 and we are headed to the beach to watch the sunrise. So let's get out of here. Bye, Cracker Barrel. I just can't believe I'm here. Never mind, I guess. Whew, okay, that was incredible. It was a perfect sunrise. It was the perfect sunrise. And now I'm having kind of a bare bones yogurt and granola breakfast. And we are on our way to the Keys. I love driving to destinations rather than flying, in part because of this reason. Like when you really have to work for it, like you have to go through like the long driving days and sleeping in Cracker Barrel parking lots. It just makes it feel so much better when you actually get to the final destination, like get to enjoy it. It's just like a whole different experience, I think, than if you just like hopped on a plane, you know? It's just like, it's like you've earned it, so you really get to enjoy it. I don't know. All right, I drove a little bit from where I was parked. And so now I'm gonna have my yogurt. Breakfast of champions. Having a fridge is doing wonders for my bank account because I've not gotten food out yet this entire trip. And normally I probably would have already spent like $100 or more on just like fast casual takeout. Okay, we're doing a speed run of Publix and then we'll be back on the road. But I have to get some things for tomorrow, like more food and ice. Camping reservation. Holy shit, this is amazing. I had to pee really bad, so we just went and did that in the bathhouse. And then at least for a little while, I'm just gonna chill and look at the ocean and relax after that long drive. Gonna walk down to the beach and take a little dip.
Stare through the crowds, just out of reach. You're wearing the sunshine.
So I put the divider in so I can use both the freezer and the fridge in order to keep ice frozen for my cooler tomorrow, but also to keep my food cool. Thank you so much for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the rest of my Florida adventure.